Let's do a little Chelsea check-in. Give me the temperature there in Nashville. What's the weather like? You're dressed in your Kansas blue. I was going to say Duke blue, but I'm not going to do that because you went to NC State. But what's in the docket for you today?
Well, I was about to Google the weather because, like, I'm not outside, so I don't know the temperature, like, off the top of my head because I woke up at 3:30 a.m. and it was not the first thing that I looked at. But on the docket today, I am doing one other show after this. So once that is kind of crossed off, it is going to be an easier day because yesterday was kind of a throwaway day. I didn't get too much accomplished because I was on a ton of shows. Also talked to one of my good friends from Chicago, so that was nice. Talked on the phone for an hour and a half. Do you ever talk on the phone? I feel like it's a lost art these days.
I do. I don't like talking on the phone, but every now and then, it's only with friends I haven't talked to in a long time. Like if you're in the city, and I'm very fortunate, I have a lot of friends here that I hang out with socially, just send me a text. But my mom, always talk to my mom on the phone, talked to mom yesterday, and then friends I've known for a long time, for a couple decades, when I haven't talked to them in a while, they'll call and we'll talk. That's really the only time when I'm on the phone. And then after about hour and a half is a long time. Then after I would say about 30, 40 minutes, I'm like, all right, I need to wrap this up. I always get weird. Like I feel like I'm going to run out of things to say, which I don't know why, because these are longtime friends of mine.
Right. Like this is one of my best friends. So we had a lot to catch up on. And I think the worst is when people try to catch up with you over text, over Instagram message, because they ask these, open-ended questions like, so what are you up to these days? I'm like, I don't want to type it all out. Like, what do you want me to write? 3 paragraphs in Instagram? Ain't happening. I'm here to like some dog memes.
It sounds about right. Well, what I always do is to mitigate some of that, which is I hate like unread texts or emails. I like to get my stuff done, get it knocked out. Usually I'm one of those inbox zero people where I don't have anything in my inboxes. I like to respond, get stuff taken care of. Same thing with text, but what I do to help is I can pop up my text messages on my computer, and that way I can type my responses. And I'm much better at typing than I am on my phone with my fat fingers where I'm always misspelling stuff and leaving words out, which I do all the time. So that helps a little bit.
Yeah, Jenks, right now my inbox for my email has 33,955 unread emails.
33,000, Chelsea?
Keep in mind, I have had this email since college.
What is this, a GeoCities or a Hotmail account? What is this, AOL.com? What kind of account do
you
have?
No, it's NC State. NC State has been using Gmail for a long time, so I've just kept it. So when I give people my email address, they're probably like, oh my God, she's still using her school email.
Do you actually lose track for a second and you look at your schedule like, oh my God, I got a huge finance final on Friday. And you're like, oh, wait, that's from years ago.
No, because I didn't worry about finals when I was in college, and I certainly don't worry about them now.
This does not shock me in the slightest. You were too busy hitching rides from those guys driving 18-wheelers through the town, right?
Oh my God. Do we have to bring that back up every single time? I hitchhiked once, okay?
Okay, fine. You still hitched. You still hitched. Coming up next on BetQL Daily, the Heat upset the Celtics last night. The Joes and Aaron debate if Miami is back on track, winning 2 straight after dropping a season-high 4 in a row. And if you missed our discussion about who will likely win most outstanding player in the NCAA tournament and a dark horse pick as well, download and subscribe to the Daily Tip wherever you get your podcast. Let's look for that 2-0 night we've been looking for, Chelsea, and find out who we have the most faith in today.
Today's best bets.
Chelsea, you have a lot of gumption to continue betting on the NBA. Give us a winner.
Yeah, these picks come with the Surgeon General's warning because I've been ice cold in the NBA. And guess where I'm putting my faith in today? In Detroit. So go ahead and laugh. But the Pistons have been excellent against the spread as of late. I think it's down to 9.5. It was 10.5 at the start of the show. But looking at Detroit, they have been absolute cover machines, 15-2-2 against the spread in their last 19 games. And the only time that they have lost against the spread has been when they've been favorites. So they have been really good in this underdog position, most notably in positions where they are getting a ton of points. Just last game, they were getting 13.5 against Brooklyn and lost by 7. So cover that one easily. And then 9.5 point. Oh no, that's favorite. Excuse me. 14-point favorites against, or 14-point underdogs. Against Boston. And they covered that spread as well. So I'll go with the Pistons Yeah, go ahead and get your laughs out. I'll go Pistons plus
Whoop, whoop.
9.5.
Elsa, I actually love that pick. That's going to be my lean. Oh, look at the sadness. If you can log on to twitch.tv/BetQL right now, see the pain on Chelsea's face as she tries to maneuver the NBA. I'm with you, though. This is not my best bet, but it is my lean for the reasons you mentioned. I cannot ignore those trends that we've seen with the Pistons, how well they've been covering. So I'm on that bet as well as my lean. But my best bet, of course, I'm going back to the ice. We were talking about a hot streak. I'm looking for 3 in a row. Let's get it. It's been an up and down season in hockey. Won 9 of 10 at one point, then lost 4 straight. Now I've won 2 straight, but that's sports betting. Let's see if we can make it 3 in a row. And already the money is moving in the right direction for me. So we have the Leafs taking on the Winnipeg Jets, hosting the Jets tonight. Toronto is minus 225 on the money line. Winnipeg is plus 185. The total is set at 6.5. When this line opened this morning, the total was set at 6, juice to the over. Now it's 6.5, still juice to the over. So everyone is coming in on the over, and it's the right side. Neither team is going to have their starting goalie in net. You get Eric Comrie for the Jets, Eric Hallgren for the Leafs, a battle of 2 backup Erics. We should expect a ton of goals. Over the last 5 games, the Jets are averaging 3.6 goals per game. The Leafs have dropped 10 in their past 2 matchups. And when you look at this matchup in particular, the over is hit 20 of the last 27 times. I decided to lay a little juice because 6.5-point totals make me nervous. So I went over 6 goals. That's juiced to minus 135 at BetMGM. And the money keeps coming in. So you better lock it in now because I guarantee you're going to lay more juice as the day goes on. Chelsea, where's that 8 ball?
And here's the thing, Jenks. I think that the sports books have heard about your on fuego 2-game heater. Jenks has won 2 straight bets, and I think the books are taking note. So let's ask the 8 ball if the 8 ball is riding the hot streak. So Jenks, we'll do your pick first. The Jets and the Maple Leafs over 6 goals, an alternate total, correct?
Yeah, Chelsea, what a great listener you've become. I don't believe it.
Signs point to yes.
And everything is coming up me today. Let's go.
All right. So how about the Pistons? How about my ice cold streak? How about my streak? Is my streak continuing? Will I finally break my cold streak in the NBA? 8 ball. Do we like the Pistons plus 9.5? It says don't bet on it.
God.
Weirdly specific.
Weirdly specific.
Oh, don't count on it. Don't count on it.
We need to get an 8 ball that says don't bet on it. Yeah, very, very specific. All right, we'll see if the 8 ball is trending with me or trending with Chelsea. It's either going to be a win or a loss, but my lean is on the Pistons as well, so I'm with you on that, Chelsea. If you want to see the magic 8 ball, you can. All you have to do is log on to Twitch. Chelsea does a great job of showing off the 8 ball, give it a little modeling. See, right now, twitch.tv/BetQL. That is twitch.tv/BetQL. Time now for your BetQL 5-star best bet for insight analysis. Donkster, you've been quiet the entire show. You can't wait an extra 5 seconds for me to finish this read. Respect your father for insight. Don't you do it, Donkster. Don't you talk back to me. For insight, analysis, historical trends, and more 5-star best bets, download the BetQL app. Okay, Donkster, son, you've been there in that studio all alone. You've maybe learned a lesson or 2. And last night, you came home with a winner. Went 3-2 on his best bets. Tonight, Chelsea, only 1 5-star best bet from the Donkster. He is laying 12.5 points with the Utah Jazz at home, hosting the LeBron and AD-less LA Lakers. Are you tailing the chalk donkey?
Wait, what was this play? The Jazz minus 12.5?
Good God. I just complimented you on your memory, and 5 seconds later, you can't even repeat a simple line. If I had you as a student in my class, straight Fs, I'd be like, this girl does not have any attention span at all. The attention span of a gnat.
Well, you're lucky I'm awake because I slept through a lot of classes in college. So it could be that. No, I'm not tailing on the Jazz minus 12.5. Did you not see the end to their game? What was it, last night?
Yeah.
Where they blew an enormous lead to the Clippers? Nah, I'm not playing that. I think that's too big of a number. Not that I trust the Lakers. I just don't think I have any business playing either side of this one. So no.
I would lay it if I were going to play this game. If I had to play it, I would lay 12.5 with the Jazz because the Lakers without LeBron and AD are just such a trash team. But the Jazz are 0-5 against the number in their last 5. So it's not like Utah's been playing great basketball. I would not bet this, but the Donkster says, it's taking me 2 weeks. What? Don't cop an attitude with me. 1 3-2 night doesn't mean you're back on my good graces, Donkster.
Oh my
when
God.
I see him again, I'll tell you something. He's going to get it. Maybe a little.
I wonder if
punishment.
anybody at home is saying, yeah, I normally follow the Daily Tip, but without the donkey in studio, that's a big difference. That's like 2 points to the spread.
Well, at least we get to hear him. You can hear his hee-haws from here. I'm at home. I'm probably a 10-minute drive from the studio, and yet you can still hear the Donkster crying out in the dark. I hope Quentin Mayo's giving him some love at night because he's not getting it from me in the morning.
Ah, yes.
You'll get your oats when you win. What's that?
Those sweet hee-haws that everybody's been clamoring for.